And hello, good morning, good day, wherever you may be. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're navigating the countdown to the solar eclipse that's taking place this Saturday. And in some ways, this solar eclipse is the door opening. I call it a door opener, right? Because it's going to be in Taurus. It's eclipse season. We had the nodal shift back in January in Taurus and Scorpio. And now we have a manifestation of the solar eclipse right before our very eyes when it disappears. So for those of you who've been working with astrology for many years, you know that, eclipses can be turning points. We want to find where 10 degrees, rounding up to 11, of Taurus is in your chart, and you may already be feeling the anticipation of this doorway. Good morning and hello. Good evening, wherever you may be, and let me know where you're coming in from, right? It's always fun to know where you are beaming in from. Hi, Vesta Jane. Hello, Patricia from the Bronx. And hello, Lindsay from the UK. And Victoria, hello. Very good evening to Ripple. Hi, John. Hello. So we're going to talk, of course, about the eclipse. We're going to bring the chart up into the room and just some other random thoughts. And if you're new to Cosmic Connections, I also like to do some spiritual messages, and we'll leave that to the end of our astrological discussion. Keep in mind, I don't know, I always like to use my body as a barometer. So I'm feeling like alternately tired and anxious at the same time. And yeah, I can blame the eclipse. Why not? Right. But I'm also doing a little retreat in honor of the eclipse. It's going to be virtual. It's going to be in person too here in Western New York. So I know many of you are beaming in from other parts of the world. So it's not very practical to fly into Buffalo, New York, especially today. We had snow, for heaven's sakes. Right. I woke up and my daffodils were all wilty. But in any case, I'm going to put my website up here anyway in a moment. We are getting towards the beginning of the new month. And as good CIA people, my dear friends, all you need to do is to sign up with your email and receive a premier astrological magazine, Time Lords. It is such a beautiful offering. So I put in the email address of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Let's see if I can do that again. HTTP. There it is. Okay. Yes. Strange things happening. Absolutely. The eclipse is butting up against Uranus as well. Thank you. Okay, good. So please, friends, you can do that. Would you please? Yay. Let's get the site up here in the comments section. So friends, if you aren't already a member of the CIA or just a participant of the CIA, sign up. You'll get to have the Time Lords delivered to your email address shortly. It's a monthly magazine. It's fantastic because, I'm one of many, many wonderful agents. I'm just 56. I like to talk to you on Wednesdays, but I'm so proud to be a part of the collective of the astrologers at the CIA. So, dear friends, strange times indeed, and they seem to get stranger and stranger, right? So I'm going to bring in some slides for you so we can actually physically look at the chart of the solar eclipse. And just some comments. Hi from Argentina. Hello. Thank you for being here. Hi, Sarah from West Virginia. And what we have in front of you, I think it's rather small, but I'll give you the information. Again, I'm translating this in Eastern Daylight Time. So wherever you are on the planet, please identify your eclipse chart. April 30th, 2022, 4:28 p.m. That's daylight savings time in Buffalo, New York. So we've got this prickly feeling because the solar eclipse is a doorway that's butting against Uranus. So I was taught that Uranus, of course, is expect the unexpected planet, right? It's a transpersonal planet. It represents the awakening. It represents Pandora's box. It represents technology. It represents, because it's in Taurus, the interplay between matter and technology that we're all been living through since 2018, May. And we still have a few more years to go. So this solar eclipse, so close to Uranus, is opening up new technological initiatives on one mundane principle. And we're going to talk a little bit about a technological wonder in a few moments. We have Elon Musk's chart in the house. We're going to be looking at his chart. But before we get to that, please do identify what doorway you want to open up for yourself. But solar eclipses often have a tendency to have a Uranian type of feeling to them anyway. They often have this sparky, unpredictable theme that's attached to a solar eclipse. So it's like unexpected squared. Uranus, solar eclipse in Taurus. So do whatever you can to ground yourself, right? I mean, Taurus is the energy of the earth, our physical bodies. Do what you can to ground and center. Get a massage, take care of your physical self by good, nurturing nutrition and so forth. So here's some comments about our little solar eclipse chart. So the thing that really struck my attention was that the eclipse is exactly bouncing up against Hygeia. Hygeia is an asteroid, among other things, that represents hygiene, health, medicine, the way we take care of ourselves. So it's like a bullseye with this opposition. As a reminder, we need to take care of our health. The health magnet, Dr. Fauci has said this past week that the existing pandemic is flatlined, has come to an end. Kind of interesting. So remember, an opposition is always information that's being shared. It's a exchange, as it were. So we have this exchange with the opposition here, number one. Number two, Saturn is conjunct Vesta. And Vesta, of course, is the spiritual principle of practicing our beliefs in some ways. A spiritual practice can be yoga, it can be candle lighting, it can be praying, it can be any number of things, right? Whatever you feel you need to do as a practice, nurture your spirit. So conjunct Saturn may remind us to get back to the roots of our spiritual practices. Take them seriously. Be diligent, be disciplined, all those wonderful Saturn words. So that's another aspect, I think, of the eclipse's message for us. Meanwhile, Saturn is still butting up against the North Node and South Node, right, as a square. And anytime we see square, we see friction, we take action. So the nodes are often points in our daily life as we go through it that represents the beginnings and endings of contacts, of relationships. So you may be feeling like you need to be clearing out your Rolodex, as it were. You might be aligning yourself with the people that truly matter. And I like using the word matter for 2022. This is the year that we're becoming more aware of what really matters, because our lives, for many of us, have gotten more narrow, right? Post-pandemic and now present kind of chaos that's going on in the world. We have to really buckle down and be focused. So I think Saturn is communicating that message to us regarding our BFFs and the tribe that we have, the people that we want to be with, and the people that we love, but we might not have that much in common with. So that's the message with Saturn squaring the North and South nodes. Then we have a kind of an interesting thing on an everyday reality sort of communication bit. We have, as of the eclipse, we have Mercury squaring Juno. Well, we all know this is a truism, right? In every relationship, communication matters. So watch your words, when you're in relationship with your BFF, with your significant other, with your spouse, with your best friend. Watch your words. There could be some sensitivity that comes up. You might be misunderstood, and just be a little bit more diligent about how you are communicating. Again, another thing that comes to mind here, Ceres, the goddess of the grain, is in conjunct the South Node in Scorpio. I don't know where you are in the planet, friends, but here in the United States, there's been a lot of reports of fires taking place at food processing plants. A number of them, very mysterious, right? Very scorpionic. What's really going on with food distribution and food production? The FBI has come out and said, "Oh, we don't know. We don't know these weird, problems with food processing plants and fires." Very mysterious. Whenever we have Scorpio in tow, remember that's the wonderful sign of power, manipulation, and control underneath the surface. So it's just some comments about our little eclipse energy. Big hello to Rhonda and Carrie and Pamela from Missouri. Hello. I live in Missouri in St. Louis. True indeed. Hi, Lola from Australia. Hello from South Florida, Beth, and from Argentina. Thanks for being here. Greetings from West Virginia. Hi, Sarah Rose. Thank you. Thank you, John, for your comment. Hi, Rhonda. Truth be known, we have to, I probably agree with you, Mr. John. Hello from Virginia, Heather. So, my friends, our Sabian symbol in this solar eclipse cycle, when we restart and reboot and make our affirmations and make our prayer lists and make our goals, set them. This is a manifestation, earth energy. Many of us practice manifestation work at the new moon, and I can't say enough about a solar eclipse. I mean, technically, we go from eclipse to the next solar eclipse, which is taking place in the fall, October 24th. So really be mindful about what you want to put your valuable time and resource in on Saturday at the solar eclipse. The Sabian symbol is a woman sprinkling flowers. This really is appropriate up here in the Northern Hemisphere, of course. Again, true story, there was snow on the ground. My poor daffodils were wilted this morning, but I am a gardener, and I think a lot of us are going to be more gardening savvy because of the food crises that are going on around the world. There's a lot of things we can grow ourselves, and this is a perfect Sabian symbol for the Taurus new moon solar eclipse. A woman sprinkling flowers. This is from Mark Emmon Jones. This is the symbol of the soul's determination to give constant and tangible manifestations of its creative powers and its eagerness to pour itself into every potentiality of living. Don't give up. Don't give up whatever you can do to manifest those goals and those dreams and those gardens and those jobs and those relationships, whatever you care about. This solar eclipse gives you a big push. Again, Uranus smiling in the background with his unpredictability, with his Pandora's box feeling, can upload and upchuck the best laid plans. So be patient, but realize that it's all part of the journey. And so those are our Sabian symbols. Okay. Lindsay and John and Jose and Houston and Donna, and hello, Heather, and hello, April. Hi, Faith. Nice to see you all. Big hugs to you all. So let's put up a nice controversial man's chart here. The wealthiest man in the world. Now, isn't that a Taurus signature, right? Mr. Elon Musk has made, I think the ink isn't quite dry, but he is wanting to buy the world's biggest social media platform, Twitter. Take a look at this chart. We called it in our new moon class because the new moon in April 1st was exactly conjunct his midheaven, right? So we knew we were going to be hearing more about him, or he might have a new initiative. And so then he had the download of the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction of April 12th here in his ninth house. The ninth house, of course, meaning social media and marketing and communication. So a lot of things are, we're heading for him to be successful. He had a lot of pushback in the initial offering. Elon is a Cancer sun, a Virgo moon, a Gemini rising. It's an amazing chart. I'm not going to just focus on the chart, but just what's happening right now for him. Some other aspects. We have Pluto trining Pluto. That's a midlife transit for us all, right? When Pluto trines our Pluto natally, we often get a burst of powerful energy, and we want to, in midlife, really go for the gold, so to speak. It might sometimes feel like a last chance to do something of significance in our lives. When Pluto trines Pluto, it's doing that in his chart right now. He also is having his Chiron return in the 10th house. So the way will not be necessarily easy for him. Oh, what are you talking about? You're feeling sorry for him? No, he's still a human being. He has a Chiron return in his 10th house. It's going to be a very interesting show to see. This is kind of interesting. I want to quote him here, if I can find it. He was talking to NPR, and people are all asking, why would he want to get into the Twitter business, right? And he's got all these amazing and sometimes controversial businesses. He's quoted as saying this about his announcement of purchasing Twitter. He says, can I talk? Speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. That to me sounds like someone who feels an advocacy role, right or wrong. And does it show up in his chart? I would say it does. Where does this new moon solar eclipse land in Elon's chart? It's in between his 10th and 11th house, squarely on top of his Pallas Athena. Remember what Pallas Athena likes to do. She's the advocate. She wears her wonderful sword. She's got her shield. She's the female version of Mars in some ways. She's the advocate. And so this is activated in Elon's chart. So I wanted to share that with you. And he also writes, if our Twitter bids succeed, we will defeat the spam bots or die trying. Spoken like a good South Node in Scorpio during these eclipse cycles, evoking the death word from Mr. Musk. Okay. So, okay, how do I get the birth time? All right, his birth information, I did some research. I'll put that in my comment section. And it's June 28, 71, 6:30 a.m. in Pretoria, South Africa. There we go. All right. All right, friends, there you have it. Just some twittering about the Twitter King. So let's take a look at how this eclipse might impact your chart. And I know we have some sophisticated astrologers there. Please look at your chart if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. But for those of you who are new to astrology, I can't say enough about the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Please consider their offerings. Consider joining. You get access to amazing webinars and special events and all sorts of goodies to up your wisdom with this beautiful language. So if you're new to astrology, I do this kind of cookie cutter Reader's Digest form of the astrology. And I'm going to share that with you now. Okay. If your Aries or Aries rising, the eclipse is activating your sense of your self-worth and value. Make a litany, make a list of all of your wonderful attributes, Aries, and take a look at your income. How can you expand and grow your abundance over the next year and a half with the first offering of the solar eclipse that opens the door? If you are Taurus, all bets are off, Taurus. This is a fantastic year for you to come into your own authenticity and shake things up. The fixed signs, including Taurus, sometimes don't like to get out of their lane. But this is a time to get out of your lane, Taurus, and reinvent yourself with the solar eclipse and, of course, with Uranus floating up in the cosmos as well. So it's a very good time to step into your personal charisma and leadership for our Taurus friends. For Gemini or Gemini rising, it's affecting your sensitivity, your intuition, your need to retreat, your need to pray or meditate or get away from it all, and just be mindful of acknowledging your spiritual side. That's what the solar eclipse is helping you, Gemini, to do. For our Cancer or Cancer rising friends, this solar eclipse is igniting your friends, groups, and associations. It's helping you consider the newly hatched friendships that you may have been developing and the ones that you love but are not maybe able to spend as much resource of time with. For our Leo or Leo rising, this eclipse is saying, go for it with your career. Be the leader. Get that new job. Take the reins and run. Be who you want to be, Leo or Leo rising, with the eclipse energy. For Virgo or Virgo rising, the eclipse energy is asking you to become a little bit more authentic and real with what's coming out of your mouth, what's coming out of your pen. If you're a writer or communicator or marketer, it's a great time for all of that. And plus, ways to expand your knowledge base. Maybe taking a new class. If you're a teacher, teaching a new class, expand your world, Virgo. For Libra or Libra rising, this energy is asking you to really dig in your heels and become a lot more self-sufficient with your personal power, whether that power be financial, spiritual, or psychological. Really transform yourself, Libra, from the inside out. For Scorpio, it's all about the partners in your life, becoming a better partner to the people that you care about, really making partnership more of a priority over the next year and a half, starting on Saturday. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, the solar eclipse is igniting your sense of self-care, to your health, your patterns, your routines, and also working smarter and not harder. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, ignites, or this eclipse is igniting. I've got to slow down my speech here. Hold on. Capricorn is igniting your creativity, your inner muse, your fun, your joy, the stuff that you like to do and lose yourself in. Your creative juices are being ignited by the solar eclipse. For our Aquarius friends or Aquarius rising, it's all about the home, where you're living, how you're living, whom you're living with, becoming closer with your family members, becoming more compassionate and more aware of them. And then for our Pisces or Pisces rising people, this is about time for you to organize time. The third house is about time management. And it's also about how you're communicating your truth and how you're navigating your environment to creating more space for you to do things that give you pleasure. All right. Great. So there you go, friends. Thank you for all the lovely hellos. And let's do some spiritual work, shall we? Oh, one more thing that's kind of juicy with the solar eclipse chart, which I failed to mention. And of course, the Cosmic Intelligence Agency did the wonderful Cosmic Renaissance regarding the download of the Jupiter-Neptune, which occurred on April 12th. So right now, Jupiter is conjunct Venus. You may be feeling, friends, after the eclipse that you want to overdo sweetness. I mean, on a mundane level, that might mean wanting to eat too much or maybe wanting to spend too much money. But in a very positive way, our hearts are being opened up. Love squared. Love having more compassion, more understanding. So be aware of that. That's another signature of the solar eclipse chart. Okay, so you're very welcome, friends, and hello, all of you. It's so great to see you all. I'm going to do a message portion of our cosmic connection. And I would just ask you to acknowledge that you'd like to get a little message. These are sometimes I use astrological language, but I'm really tapping into more of my psychic intuition, mediumistic skills. And we never know exactly what might happen. Okay, so one more thing about our eclipse. I'm going to also add my website here. If you are so inclined, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a retreat on Saturday. Some of it's going to be virtual. If you are in Scotland or Argentina or wherever, if fingers crossed the internet in your neck of the woods works, you can join us. But in any case, I love getting together with people, especially it felt like I should do something live in person, being that was a Taurus solar eclipse. So sit back, relax. I'm going to say my prayer. I use my thumb to pick people and see what comes up. And thank you, Faith. What is the message? All right. So I am an astrologer and I've been working in astrology for 4 decades. I'm also a trained and kind of a natural medium or psychic. We all are to some degree because we all have a right brain. We all have some semblance of intuition. That's my belief. Some of us use our intuition by being artistic or being compassionate, a caregiver. I actually took a lot of classes and training with the Lilydale Assembly and Fellowships of the Spirit. So when I work with people, I do what's called integrated readings. I do astrology. I also do mediumship or message work. And I'm able to get 4 different manners of messages. Some of them are kinesthetic, where I'm feeling things in my body. Some of them are more clairaudient. I'm hearing words or hearing names. Clairvoyant, I'm seeing pictures. And so that's what I do for you all here at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency on Wednesdays after we do the astrology. So all I would ask is if I start doing this, if you just say I would like a message, I only will pick someone who wants the message. You can see how this process works. All right. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and for the best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. Ripple, my thumb came to you. Ripple would love a spiritual message, and my thumb selected you. So I'd like to come to you, Ripple. As I am connecting with you, Ripple, I'm aware that your energy, physical energy, may be very kind of low right now this week. And that might be a kind of a blanket statement for so many of us because we are in the balsamic lunation of the month when technically we're more low in our physical energy. But in your case, it feels as though it's the demands of work have taken their toll. So you're very smart and you're very filled with insight about how to counter that. And it feels like you're either planning or maybe in the midst of maybe this weekend, I don't know, but you're planning to get a little bit of a getaway or a little bit of a, mini vacation or a little holiday coming up. And as you're doing the planning for that, please realize if you can orchestrate mini getaways every 6 weeks, that would do a huge thing to help bolster not just your mind and your body, but your soul as well. I'm also picking up with you mandalas, beautiful colored mandalas. I don't know if you have ever done pencil drawings or mandalas, or maybe you have a piece of artwork that looks like a mandala. But meditating on mandalas are another avenue for Ripple to kind of get inside her own way and calm and relax. I'm also picking up with you, Ripple, this beautiful sense of stretching the back, doing yoga, and doing some body work. That's all kind of part of this self-care. And feeling very, very loved by sweetheart on the other side. Very, very filled with appreciation for spirit coming through you. It's almost as if your intuition has broken new barriers since April 12th, since that wonderful conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune. So please have that confidence that your spiritual gifts are really, I'm getting the word spiraling upwards, and you're not going to be plateauing. And I leave that message with many blessings. Okay. All right. I'll do another little message here. Okay. And John, let's see, John Breland, did you want a message? My finger came to you. Okay. John Breland, would you like a message? Oh, Ripple, you are coloring mandalas in adult coloring books. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. So I was seeing those mandalas. Keep that up. That's really neat, Ripple. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay. All right. Okay, John, thank you. As I'm tuning into your energy, I'm immediately getting a gentleman from the other side of life with you. And I don't think he's your brother, but he's identifying himself in a brotherly way. This could be like a dear friend, or it could be a brother. But he's coming in and he's calling you bro. He's calling you brother. And it's the two of you were quite a pair, quite a team in your younger years. There was a sense of mischief, but never discord. All right. And so as I'm tuning into your energy, John, you have this colleague in spirit. He's a gentleman. He could have been within 7 years of your age, but he's identifying you very fondly, that there was a great deal of mischief in your younger years, but he's fine. He wants you to know that he's strong and that you are doing a lot of work on yourself physically to become stronger every day in every way. I'm not sure if I'm not necessarily seeing a gym, but I'm seeing kind of running or walking and doing some other sports that would work the lower body. And I feel, John, that you have a message from spirit is that don't be too hard on yourself. You're disciplined. You are very disciplined. And wherever Saturn falls in your chart, you're igniting that Saturn. Maybe you're having a Saturn return or something. I'm getting Saturn with you. So Saturn is being activated in your chart. So you're learning how to be a lot more disciplined and structured for yourself, because you've been doing that for everybody else in your career and your family, but now you're taking responsibility for yourself and your self-care. I'm getting a strong Saturn there. And it's not necessarily a strong Saturn in your chart, but it's being activated recently in the past year and a half. So maybe, I don't know where you find Aquarius in your chart. The other thing I'd like to say here, John, with you is patience with regards to a very strong relationship that you are navigating. Patience, kindness, and understanding. These are words that you already use, but those are the words that Spirit is saying to you that you are needing to activate on a daily basis, especially the P word, and that would be the patience. So I hope that you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, good. Well, thank you, John, as I turn off my right brain and come back down to earth. By the way, friends, a little technique when you're wanting to access your intuitive self is put your eyes up to the ceiling. It's a neuro-linguistic programming technique. So, when we daydream or something, if someone were to watch your facial expression, your eyes might be looking up in the sky. It's just a little technique. So you'll notice I do that. I'm not looking into the camera. I'm looking at my pretty ceiling in my kitchen. And I say it's pretty because I painted it blue. The ceiling is blue. All right, friends, it's always a pleasure to see you. And you are awesome, friends. And I wish for you a blessed solar eclipse. Remember, a door is opening. And don't forget that beautiful Sabian symbol, the feminine energy, a woman sprinkling flowers. The idea is that we all have things we care about, that we love. We have goals and ambitions and dreams and people that depend on us. So don't give up and sprinkle nurturance wherever you are in your life with the people that matter most of all. So many blessings. We'll see you next week, hopefully. And love you guys and have a great week. Bye.